All right, let's talk about learning English. We're going to build the ultimate roadmap for you to do it all by yourself. And the best part? We're only using the best free resources out there. Seriously, no courses to buy, no hidden fees, just a straightforward, effective plan you can literally start today. So you want to learn English on your own, but where do you even start, right? You're motivated, you're all set to go, but then you look online and it's just this tidal wave of apps and videos and websites. It's totally paralyzing. It's a super common problem, but don't worry. We're about to smash right through that wall.
Okay, so let's just cut through all that noise. I'm going to break this whole thing down for you into a really simple, totally manageable plan. And by the end of this explainer, you'll know exactly what to do every single day on your path to becoming fluent.
Okay, first things first. You can't build a house without a foundation, right? Same idea here. Before you do anything else, you have to figure out where you're starting from. Getting a real, honest look at your current English level is absolutely the most important first step. Why? Because it makes sure you're using stuff that's going to challenge you, but not, crush your spirit and make you want to quit.
So the way we're going to do this is with something called the CEFR scale. It's basically the global standard for language skills. It goes all the way from A1, which is a complete beginner, up to C2, which is like you're basically fluent. So your first mission is to find a free CEFR English test online. Take it, get your score, and then write that score down somewhere. Seriously, that one little score is the key that unlocks this entire plan for you. Okay, so you've got your score. Now what? Well, here's the deal. If you're anywhere from an A1 to a B1, you absolutely need a solid foundation, and you get that from a structured online course. If you're learning American English, a fantastic free option is USA Learns. And for British English, the British Council has some amazing free courses. But what if you tested at B2 or higher? Well, first of all, congrats. You get to skip the formal classes and dive right into the deep end, just pure immersion in the language. All right, so you've got your base set up. Now it's time to start building the walls. We're going to focus on the two things that are the absolute core of any language: how it sounds, pronunciation, and the words you use, vocabulary. These two things, they're your daily workout, non-negotiable. First, you got to pick a team, American or British English. But hey, don't stress about this too much. Let me give you an example. I parked my car in the street. You hear that? The sounds are a little different, but you can totally understand both, right? They're like 99% the same. Just pick whichever one sounds cooler to you or is more useful for where you want to go or who you want to talk to. So for American pronunciation, the undisputed champ is Rachel's English on YouTube. For British English, you've got great channels like English Like a Native with awesome playlists. And the method, it's so simple, but it works. You listen to a native speaker, you record your own voice saying the same thing, and then you compare them. You got to be honest with yourself, hear the difference, make a little adjustment, and do it again. It's literally like going to the gym, but for your mouth.
Okay, let's talk vocabulary. What's the best way to get words to stick in your brain? It is not cramming all night. The secret weapon is a technique called spaced repetition. The whole idea is just genius. You review a word right at the moment you're about to forget it. This little trick forces your brain to store it deeper in your long-term memory. It honestly feels like a magic trick, but it's 100% science.
And the best tool to make this happen automatically? It's a free app called Anki. Think of it like super-powered digital flashcards. It does all the scheduling and hard work for you. All you have to do is download it, grab a deck of cards, and then, this is the important part, spend just a few minutes every single day reviewing them. That daily habit, that's the whole secret sauce right there.
So getting started is easy. You can just download decks that other people have already made. Now, if you're a beginner, you have to find a deck that has native audio for every single word. This is so important for your pronunciation. Once you get to that B1 level, you can start using more advanced decks. But honestly, once you hit C1, the real magic happens when you start making your own flashcards with words you find out in the wild, from podcasts, books, whatever you're into.
All right, so check it out. We've got our foundation, we've got our building blocks. Now comes the really fun part, immersion. This is where you just soak in the language. We're talking tons of listening, tons of reading. This is how you stop translating in your head and start to get that natural gut feeling for what sounds right in English.
Look, if there's only one skill you're going to focus on, please make it listening. Listening is everything. It's the key. It's how you pick up the rhythm of the language, the natural flow, all the slang, even the culture behind the words. It's what unlocks your brain to understand how real people actually talk. And you know what the best tool for this is? Podcasts, by far. And the great thing is there's a perfect podcast out there for you no matter what your level is. If you're just starting out, you could try something like the Coolip's English podcast for American English or the BBC's 6-Minute English. When you get to B2, you can start listening to more story-driven stuff like The Past and the Curious. And once you hit C1 or C2, oh man, the world is your oyster. You can listen to amazing storytelling like The Moth or really deep historical shows. The trick is just to find something you genuinely enjoy, and then listen every single day.
So I know what you're thinking. What about grammar? Well, here's a little secret for you. If you're doing enough listening and reading, you'll actually absorb most grammar rules without even trying, just naturally. But if you're like me and you kind of like to see the rules all laid out, there are some great free resources. For intermediate folks, Shaw English Online on YouTube is fantastic. And for a really deep dive, the Khan Academy Grammar course has got you covered. Just remember, think of these as extra tools, not the main thing you should be focusing on.
Okay, so up until now, everything has been about input, right? Just taking the language in. Now we're flipping the switch. It's time for output. This is the make or break step where all that stuff you've learned in your head turns into something you can actually do. Yep, it's time to start speaking and writing.
I know. Speaking can be the scariest part, but it really doesn't have to be. You can start in a place with zero judgment. Have a voice conversation with ChatGPT. I'm serious. Just open the app and start talking to it. Then, the next step is to just talk to yourself. As you go about your day, just narrate what you're doing. It sounds silly, but it's an amazing way to train your brain to think in English. After that, maybe find a language exchange partner online. And finally, you gotta take every single opportunity you get to speak to a real person.
And please remember this. This is so important. The biggest thing that stops people from speaking is being afraid of making mistakes. But look, if you wait until you're perfect to start speaking, you'll be waiting forever. You have to embrace the mistakes. Every mistake is just proof that you're out there trying, that you're actually learning.
And hey, just like with speaking, you can use that AI trick to get way better at writing. It's literally like having your own personal writing tutor who's available 24/7 for free. Write anything at all. A quick journal entry, maybe a summary of a podcast you listen to, and then just paste it in and ask ChatGPT to correct it for you. You can even ask it to give you new ideas for things to write about. It's amazing.
Okay, we have covered a lot of ground. We've got finding your level, pronunciation, vocab, listening, speaking, writing. All the pieces of the puzzle are on the table. So now let's put them all together and build a daily routine that you can actually stick to. This is your game plan.
So if you're a beginner, my advice is keep it simple. Don't overwhelm yourself. Most of your time should be spent working through that foundational course we talked about. On top of that, you'll do your daily pronunciation practice, recording your voice, and a few minutes with your Anki flashcards. Then, once you start feeling a bit more solid, maybe at the A2 level, you can start mixing in about 10 or 15 minutes of a beginner podcast each day.
Now, once you hit that intermediate B1 or B2 level, your focus is going to shift a little. Listening now becomes the main engine driving your progress. That daily podcast? It's not optional anymore. It's essential. You'll keep up the Anki habit, of course, but now you have to start adding in daily speaking practice, whether it's with ChatGPT or just talking to yourself. This is also the perfect time to start reading more, maybe some articles or short books, and try to do a little bit of writing a few times a week.
And for all you advanced learners out there, C1 and C2, guess what? The training wheels are off. You don't need structured lessons anymore. Your job is simply to live in English as much as you can. Listen to challenging, native-level podcasts. Read real books. You can find tons for free on places like Project Gutenberg. You should be speaking English every single day, no excuses. And writing becomes this incredible tool for hunting down and fixing those last few stubborn mistakes. At this point, your routine is just following whatever you're passionate about, but doing it in English.
So there it is, a complete step-by-step plan to take you all the way to fluency, and it won't cost you a dime. You've got the tools now, you have the map. The only thing left is to take that first step. So I'll leave you with one final question to think about. Based on your level right now, what's the very first step in your new routine that you're going to do tomorrow?